Yo guys, it's MK, and today I will be reviewing both my league games from this weekend because neither of them got any stream time, so I thought why not? So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this first game. All right, first round was Botswana, and I thought this coverage looked like the stuff north of Francistown, so I thought, well, I was just scanning real quick just to make sure nothing else lined up, so I decided to just try there. Actually, when I was moving, I found a sign that said A1, so I was like, oh, probably just the road right next to me, so not really a big deal. And Flyme goes a little bit more south, which also I understand. So, yep, it was north of Francistown, so that's was happy to get some points off. Round two was just southern U.S. with the southern pines. Here I was just looking for anything that could give me the state, maybe. Here I'm going back there because I thought, oh, it's a highway, but no, it's just a railroad. So I wasted some time there, which, best not to do that because time is quite precious in this. I see a circle highway shield, which with this landscape, I was thinking should just be Mississippi, which it was. So, forgot what I moved here for. I don't know, I'm just moving for no reason, to be honest. Yeah, and I just decided to stick in Mississippi. But I moved more central, but it was more north, so I shouldn't have done that. So yeah, we do lose some points with that switch, but not really a big deal. Could be worse. All right, next round was in Thailand. Thai pools. It just looks like just there. I don't know. It wouldn't look like too south to me. The insiders didn't look too long, and there were hills, so I didn't think it'd be downtown Bangkok. We click a similar spot, and it was just in between us. So, not really any points for this round as well. Alright, and next round was Lesotho, so I decided not no point moving on Lesotho, just since they south of Masters, since it's what the landscape felt like to me. He doesn't bother moving either, because, I mean, it's Lesotho, never going to be that many points. We did get some points off him, which I was happy with. Take any points you can get. Bring him below 5,000 health. Next round, just Russia somewhere. Here I was moving to try and see, like, try and like get a gauge on the landscape, and also just, I didn't know where I was. So I was trying to see if there was any car because it looked like Kemerovo, so it should be red car. And here I was able to, okay, yeah, that's red car. So I just decided to send Kemerovo because it looked like May coverage, which would fit with Kemerovo, especially with the red car. Oh, he got a phone code. Okay, that's definitely helpful. I did not get that, but luckily we didn't miss it. Alright, next round was in Java in Indonesia. Here I just look for a pool, so I know whether like I should click East Java or West Java, Central. This pool wasn't really the most helpful, but if anything, I felt the most like West Java, so I decided to just send it in instead of wasting time. And Flyme just sends like Central East Java. And we do end up getting a decent bit of points on this round, luckily. Forgot how much points it was. As yeah, it's 2,300. So yeah, it definitely put me in a nice lead. was feeling good going into the next rounds. Here we are back in Indonesia. Same pools, but this time it shouldn't be West Java because the architecture looks wrong. Here I see something that says like I forgot what it said to be honest. Lübeck Siping. I see Lübeck, but I just guess a different one. Luckily it was there, so it didn't matter. But yeah, I definitely thought that was me being pretty. I did not think long enough about that because that could have been wrong, and then that would have obviously been the game if I was wrong. Yeah, luckily just only 200 points. I could deal with that. Too much points lost there. All right, next round was the USA. Don't know where Lawrence is, surprisingly. Here I was just looking for like anything to give me the state. And honestly, I forgot what the shield was at the moment because I don't know. I'm really rusty with U.S. shields. I haven't looked at them when I barely ever see them in game because I feel like I just don't really see them often when I'm playing no mover in PC. Unless you play moving, I just feel like it's not the most common thing to see. So I just forget them a lot. So I'm just trying to move for other state clues so I don't lose. So in my mind, I was just trying to like think about all the state shields and eliminate it. I did end up coming to the conclusion that the only one that I could really think makes sense is Utah. But also, it did kind of look like California in a way, so I do understand its guess. But I think the California Shield looks different than that. I honestly don't even remember what the California Shield is. Yeah, we take the win with moving, so I was happy to do that because I kind of wanted to try and 2-0 since I was down lower than I wanted to be in the league at this moment. All right. All right, first we start out with Gen 4 Mongolia, and I looked at this a lot before World Cup, so I thought it should just be somewhere near, like, on this road with the car, the open tent. And then I see this part of the road angle lines up, so I thought, why not send here? I think where he sent doesn't really have this coverage, so yeah. But we get close guess, not the exact angle though. All right, next round, or should be in Argentina with the black car and yellow road lines and this like plains looking landscape. I just send Rosario because it looks pretty generic. I don't know. The coverage looked like where it was, which ends up being La Pampa, but I was like the road angle should be like east west, but it was just some random not east west section in La Pampa. But yeah, I could have got a lot of points there if I had gone where it looked, but the road angle was just kind of weird to me, so I didn't end up sending there. Here we have South Africa with the driving left, sun north. And here I make a pretty mediocre guess. I wasn't really, I don't know, my guess just wasn't good. I thought it was like this random hills around here, but those would probably look different. And if he had made a good guess, he could have easily got plenty of points off of me here. So I got pretty fortunate this round that he also had the incorrect vibe because it just ends up being north west of Joburg. Neither of us got it. Like after I guessed, I'd thought more north rather than where I guessed, but I still got points off, so it wasn't the biggest of deals. Would have only mattered if he actually got it. Here we should be in UAE with these sand dunes and also the car. I feel like that we would see more of the you'd actually see the truck in Qatar, and Oman doesn't have 23, so really only left Dubai, not Dubai, UAE, and it was kind of Dubai basically. So yep, both getting it there. I lose the flawless, unfortunately. The flawless doesn't really mean too much. Here, pretty difficult Europe round. Very flat. The only thing to work with is the houses in the distance. Which is like, first saw the copyright, which was 23, which is weird for where this actually was. But the houses and just everything about it, I couldn't really place. And then I saw some A-frame pools in the distance, which I was in Germany because 23, but in Poland you'd usually be 22. But A-frame pool and also the houses just looked more poolish, and I was not gonna just blind trust the copyright on this, especially with the pools. Like everything, I just had to go Poland, and it ends up being Poland, so we get a bit more points with that round. Yeah, I was happy with that. Next round was just Florida, and I thought pretty south. Looked like Everglades type stuff, but didn't want to full commit, so I hedged slightly north of it, even though like at that point you could probably just full commit, and it was like the Everglades. So yep, that is ends up being enough points to take the game. So we get a nice 2-0 victory there, which I kind of needed for points. So yep, that'll be all for the game against Flyme. All right, now for the game against Kent, which I mean, this game was a little bit scuffed. Firstly, this is Germany, and I didn't look at the round. I just saw a red brick building and it's flat, and it's just send Netherlands. That's why I'm smiling because I realized I'm wrong. But I didn't think I'd be too far anyway because it literally looked like Netherlands, and I end up being closer actually. So clearly, it wasn't that big of a deal. All right, so next round ends up just being Albania, so I don't really care about this, so I just insta send because I mean it's a small country, never going to be a lot of points on 1.5x, and pretty sure he's not going to miss the country either, and I'm correct about that. And we both just click near Tehran. That'll get a little bit of points off me. All right, next round, Argentina, and I see it says Municipal San Luis. So yeah, I just insist on San Luis, but he also sees it, so doesn't really mean anything. So yeah, this round will be pretty useless for points. Yep, I got a huge 2 points off him, which was really important to the standings. All right, next round was Kenya, and I said I actually want to try and move for this, because why not? Because I don't think Kent's really a moving player either, so maybe even playing field. Like, maybe if there's a town name, I could scan for it. Here I see P.O. Box Suna, so I scan for Suna where I think it is, like the region guess. But pretty sure Suna just doesn't exist on the map, so we both wasted like a minute of our lives with this round when I could have just sent this and gotten this done over with. But I decided not to. I don't think Magina is a place either. Yeah, I'm scanning for Suna right now and not seeing anything. Yeah, Kent just decides to send and we just both head to the same place. Fortunately, can't zoom in, but I looked and I didn't see Suna anywhere, so I just came to the conclusion that it does not exist. Alright, next one we have to check highway signs. We have town names, road numbers. So I go back to the sign to look for the road numbers because it's probably the easiest thing to find. Yeah, I'm scanning right now. It doesn't actually show the numbers on the map for some reason. Yeah, then I see Kulin, and then the other town, and then click slightly closer to the town that's closer, but it's in the center anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It would have been better if it was like further away from the center, then I could have actually got some points on this, but it doesn't really matter. And he just gets close anyways, just plonking. Yeah, but that's a little bit of points, so never gonna complain about it. Alright, next round was just Japan, which I moved to plate, but I'm not 100% sure. I thought it was just Kansai plate, but I wanted to look for more stuff on the pool just for confirmation. I was like, okay, I think it's just Kansai. I continue to move just a little bit more just to make sure it's not like Kanto. And the pool plates are just not dark for some reason. But all the pool plates just look the same. And I'm like, okay, I'll just send Kanto. Or not Kanto, I'll send Kansai. And I think Kent does not correctly identify the plates as he clicks in Shugoku. But close to Kanto, not Kanto, bro, Kansai. Yeah, get a little bit more points off him. So, yep, I was happy with that. Next round was just Greece somewhere. There was water north, well, northeast, but more east, honestly. I didn't know whether to send here or if I should send Peloponnese. So in the end, I decided probably just best to safety hedge, like right there, because I have the lead and I don't really want to lose too much. And he commits to it slightly more. So yep, he gets a little bit of points off me, but nothing too serious. But like with the multis, it is a very close game. He just needs like 100 points off me because with the multis, that'll be enough to get whatever points he needs. Here we have it says Gujarat and this is Adipur. So this round we just scanned for Adipur the whole time, but I'm pretty sure that place did not exist. So yeah, we were just scanning unsuccessfully for 30 more seconds. I could probably honestly skip this. He found some other sign. I was just stuck here looking for Adipur the whole time. He just locks something. So I just assumed he found it, but no. And as you can see, I don't see Adipur. But with the multis, that's actually a lot of points. So we take a decent lead going into the next rounds. And if they're extremely sleeper, then nothing will happen. Here, there's pretty easy signs. It says Kalmar and Vaxjo. Actually, no, that sign doesn't say Vaxjo, but it says Kalmar. But I moved to a sign that says Vaxjo. And he sends already because he found close enough. I forgot. What did I even see? I don't know. I thought we were 25 from Vaxjo, but that's just the road number. So I was being stupid, but that's actually a lot of points for him. 800, so it basically makes it even going into the last round. So I was pretty worried that if he just gets like 100 points closer, but last round was extremely sleeper, so we get a crazy round limit one. So yeah, obviously game's not gonna happen here because I don't know, the devs decided round limits necessary. So it makes games end like this where both of us are over 4k health. And obviously that is not going to be enough points. But yeah, I mean, I got the win, so that's really all that I wanted, to be honest. because I've had some unlucky losses as well. So I was bound to get some lucky wins as well. Next round's Argentina with the black Gen 3 car. This like deserty-ish looking landscape, and we both click here for some reason. I honestly don't know why I clicked here. Yep, we both click there. And it's not there, it's more north in Mendoza. But that's fine. I mean, got enough points for that. Next round's Chile. And here I thought either north or south of Antofagasta. I decided to pick south of Antofagasta. But alas, I unfortunately lost the 50-50. He ends up switching to the correct area. So he takes some points off me. I should probably learnable the difference between those two areas. Which maybe I should do that, but I'll get to that at some point. Next round's just Kenya. Didn't really know where, since the whole landscape's kind of blocked by the tree plantation. So I just click like not too far from Nairobi, and it ends up being pretty north. Don't really know how much coverage is out there like that. Next round is just Ukraine, and with the mountains, should be like in these mountains right here. Also, red car. It's good for Ukraine with the long antenna. Gen 3. I just found a road that has a river that fits, but most roads here seem to have had a river that fit. So it's pretty lucky that it was on my road. Yeah, we luckily are breaking us getting flawless. Because that's not what I'm looking to have happen, to be honest. Here we have Vic Pools. I'm kind of worried about this seed like coming around limit like the last one and me just losing. Yeah, he just clicks in Melbourne. And I'm just looking to see if there's a town name written anywhere, but I do not see a town name written on any of these buildings, so I decide I'm not going to go Melbourne. I said, not send Bendigo, because it's kind of more central in Vic. It was Shepperton, which if we actually click Shepperton, we could have gotten a decent bit of points on that. Would have been like 1,500. But unfortunately not click that, but we also lose a ton of points if it's Melbourne. Here, as annoyed, South Korea is kind of boring. Don't really care to region guess it either. Don't really like these pretty small countries. He actually is region guessing it, which I probably should have, because I did think more south if I was going to region guess it. Luckily, he moves further away from the correct guess. Otherwise, that could have been a lot more points on us. So yeah, I was getting worried since I kept losing rounds. None of these rounds are really that major. Here we have Peru, and I decided I kind of need to do something, so I sent slightly more north. And hope it's more north. But he does not send more north, he just sends, he's on like the 5K at the start, but then he switches more south. So I'm very fortunate that he did not keep his first guess, because then he takes quite a lot more points off me. Because I tried to be fancy and not just send middle. Here should be southern Brazil. The vegetation looks pretty southern. I just clicked near Curitiba. I thought of Sao Paulo as well. He clicks Parana with me, but he sends more south than Parana, and it was a Sao Paulo, which I kind of regretted not sending that, but that's 1,400 points somehow. just for sending slightly incorrect, like just a slightly worse guess in Piranha. Next round's Mexico, and I decide that should probably, I don't know, I decided to put a little bit more pressure on this round than I have other rounds. Just decide, okay, it looks like Veracruz. I'm gonna send yeah, I'm not gonna try and pronounce that. They'll probably do incorrectly, but yeah, I send that city in Veracruz, and he probably just like kind of didn't really know what he was like to region guess this, and I get some points on this, but my Veracruz region guess was pretty mediocre, so I do not win on this. I could have easily won if I just sent like label Veracruz though instead of sending in that city. In final round, I was not happy to see India because it's very easy to lose on a country this size, but that yellow pool sticker thing should be in Kerala. He sent slightly north in Kerala, well, pretty north in Kerala, which makes sense because it kind of looks like Karnataka. But I decided to send just middle. Also, I wasn't even sure about Kerala because it didn't really look like it, which I guess that's why he's sending more north. So I just crossed my fingers, hoping that is not enough, and luckily it was not enough. So, yeah, we take 2 round limit victories because the devs decided that round limit was necessary for some reason. But yep, that'll be all for today's League Games reviews. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.